Hey y'all, I'm back. So now I wanted to kind of talk to y'all about taking a fear and bringing it to strength. Um, I was thinking about this and trying to see like how that would work, how that would flow will make most sense. What could I say to y'all? And there was a couple things that I saw, a couple things that I already knew of, that I kind of want to bring to y'all attention. So first I'll bring this to y'all attention. Um, so this is the I'm not 100% sure what the gentleman's name is, but he's a great actor. He played Tyrion in the Game of Thrones or whatever. Thought he was researching it. So let me say this too. There's another thing that you should know about me that I think other people can gain wisdom in what you do is when I research, I will research the movie, a movie, but I'll also research the book. I'll also research a book because a lot of times in translation, you lose you lose what they thought about in the movie. So so for example, um, okay, so like another one of the movies that I really like is The Last Samurai, Tom Cruise or whatever. So I watched the whole movie. I looked at the director's cut. I looked at the deleted scenes. I saw some of the errors in the scenes. I saw some of the bloopers or whatnot that you would have in the scenes. I didn't look at the for that particular movie. I didn't look at the script or whatever. But I do have a tendency to look at the script. Like I was looking at the script for I think it was it the one that Sylvester Stallone. Sylvester Stallone was the original author of Rocky. He wrote that, but he also acted in it. So I look at that. What's that? There was another movie that I thought was got a derivative from a book. That gaming movie. Dang, I can't remember what it is, but it'll come to me. But I look at that, and when you look at those things, it gives you insight. Like another movie that I did was Castaway with Tom Hanks when he was lost at sea or whatever. And one of the things that I was really poignant in for me for doing that was I wanted to know what was in the box that he didn't open that he delivered to the girl at the end of the movie. I was like, what is in that box? And I said, well, who else better know that than the director who wrote it? Or the original scriptwriter. So I looked at it, and then in there, because people said, "Oh, what if it was an electric phone? He should have opened it, then he could have been saved or whatever." Blah blah blah. But it's like that wasn't in the box. I think in the box was the woman had sent to her ex-husband like some food or package. It was returned to sender or something like that. It was something different like that. And then he ended up going there 6 years later anyway and meeting her. But she had already healed by that point in time or whatnot. So it was a very, again, poignant time in the movie to kind of make a difference. But nonetheless, don't let me talk too much. Let me go ahead and let this clip play for you, and then and it's gonna be profound what you hear.
When we were kids, my mom hung a poster over our bed. It had a picture of a bumblebee, and under the picture, the caption read, "According to all aerodynamic laws, the bumblebee cannot fly because its body weight is not in the right proportion to its wingspan. But ignoring these laws, the bee flies anyway."
I thought that was profound. Um, Even though the bee is not its proper body weight, it fly nonetheless. And then another thing that I learned about bees too was that bees will drop to the ground if they're flying, if it goes to night, because they use the light or whatever, the light in the horizon to figure out their direction. But I think there's also a nature thing in there too. I think that birds will try to swoop them up if the bird sees them before they see the bird will try to swoop them up and eat them too. I think that's something in there too. Um, Another thing I did want to say, um, this right here is a scene from Coach Carter. This scene from Coach Carter. What is our deepest fear? Our deepest fear is that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most that most makes us afraid, or something like that. And I want to do a deeper dive on that. It's just I just want to make sure that I do it justice, but I want to most definitely bring it to your attention that this poem exists, and for you to be able to take time to do it, because I think it goes on to say that as we unconsciously um, begin to become free, or something like that, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same, and that's like that's so big, so big. But that's one thing that I really got on my mind to do more for y'all, in that I really want to break it down. I want to do it justice and be respectful. And when I do that, so that was one thing. And then one more thing. This author writer Rudy Kiplinger, one of the foundational poems that I believe in. Um, and this is another one that I want to break down. And it starts off, if you can keep your head when all about you, when all others, when all are losing theirs and blaming on you, if you can trust yourself with all men doubt, but you make allowance for their doubting too. Um, it in the poem, the whole poem is good. The whole poem, even to the end where it says, which is more, the world will be yours and you'll be a man, my son. I thought that was good. And just talking about that, not trying to get into anything in particular, but I think this poem to me, especially the beginning part, really speaks to bring me the ephod, 1 Samuel 30:7, because I wrote it down. I got it, but I thought that was a good poem, because it. And I think I was gonna do a video on that too. I was gonna do a video. I was gonna write a book. I was gonna do something with that too. I was gonna do something with that because that's one of the um pieces in the poem that I really like too. And it's like when David went through, when he was fighting um with the with the giants. Oh my goodness, with the giants. Yeah, uh, their names lose slips my mind for the time being. But he's fighting with them, and they sent him back, but his people had been taken or whatever, and all the people turned on him, and I said, you did this, you caused this to happen to us, whatever, blase blase. um but he kept his head, and he kept his head, and he said, bring me the ephod. And the ephod was what it wasn't, that centered him, but that was to give him the connection to the power to be able to center him, almost like with Thor and his father giving him the hammer. And he told you in that scene, he tells the father tells him, he said, the power isn't in the hammer, the power is already in you. It was just the ephod, or the hammer acts as the conductor for you to accomplish the goal or whatnot. So you already have the ability in you. It's just for you to be able to draw it out, and for you to use the gifts that you were given, or whatever item, to help you to to step into it to accomplish it until you can walk into your own without that other item there to help you. So yeah, we're gonna talk more about that. We're gonna talk more about that, but I just wanted to at least say that to you all. So give you kind of like a taster, like a sample. So yeah. Um, but yeah, but I want to say that. All right, and I wish y'all well.